Okay, so class 28, mobile web and apps. So optimizing for mobile users in digital marketing. So in the previous class, we saw that mobile apps are important, and then mobile phones, smartphones is changing audience perspective, consumers' perspective, and then because they have access to information at the tip of their uh, fingertips. So they the purchasing decisions and the essentially it's like the shift that we spoke about from brand to consumers. Now the power is shifting to consumers, and then consumers, the people, can say which brands will live and which brands will perish in the coming years. So we are talking about transparency, we are talking about ethics, we are talking about like informing people what they are doing, how they are doing, so about the transparency and all. So this class is where we are talking about optimizing for mobile users. Basically we are optimizing our workflow for mobile. So this is a statistics that I have found. So as of now, over 75% of Ugandans access the internet primarily through mobile devices, because laptop also is not, even in India also, laptop it's like most people are using internet from their mobile phones, but the ratio maybe maybe the ratio roughly would be like 75% itself. This trend reflects the widespread adoption of smartphones and mobile internet services in Uganda, with mobile devices being the most common form of internet access. Understanding how to effectively reach this audience is essential for any digital marketing. And hence, we are talking about mobile marketing. Mobile as primary access point. Mobile data serves as fundamental gateway for Ugandans to connect to online content and services. Given the limited fixed line internet infrastructure, mobile network plays a vital role in information and communication accessibility for the population. In many parts of India, also like broadband connections and other connections are still a distant thing. So mobile, since mobile network and mobile connectivity, it's already connected. So hence, like it's more feasible and easier for people to connect using mobile internet. And people also have smartphones nowadays. There's also that the mobile is capable of doing. So businesses in Uganda must adopt a mobile-first approach to survive in competitive landscape. Companies that prioritize mobile accessibility are better positioned to engage users, retain customers, and increase their market share, particularly in regions where mobile uses outpaces desktop access. Desktop and laptops would be in thing mostly in the city parts, but then in village areas and rural areas, but that is true for almost every country in the world. In the rural part, like at least in the third world country like ours. So but mostly in the rural part, desktop access and laptop access would be sparse. Only in some shops maybe they would have that, not like every house to house. But then mobile phone, it's there in every household. So with mobile first businesses, it's about Google has a mobile first indexing. So mobile first indexing, as in Google, is a search engine. So it searches for websites. So essentially, When we are talking about mobile first indexing, it's talking about grading a website, grading a brand, related in a way that they are mobile website. It's considered as the primary version. So Google's mobile first indexing means that the mobile version of a website of a brand is considered the primary version for ranking purposes. Websites must ensure their mobile pages are optimized, as poor mobile experiences can lead to lower ranking in search engine. And hence this is the technical part of it, the technical SEO, the speed, the loading time. We should not be making it heavy, giving too much of videos and other high data content, so that it loads faster and people have to wait. The waiting time is less, and also that we keep on changing, keep on refreshing the content, keep on upgrading the content, so that people can keep on engaging with it. So user engagement through user UX on mobile. So this is user experience. Full form of UX is user experience. Creating an optimal user experience on mobile devices enhances user engagement and reduces bounce rates. So bounce rates is when they move off from your website. Say you have 3 pages, they come to your first page and then they bounce off. They go to somewhere else. They're not in your website anymore. That is, and the rate at what that is happening, that is known as the bounce rate. Companies should focus on responsive design, intuitive navigation, and quick load times to keep users interested and reduce the likelihood of them leaving the site. So it's responsive design. It's a part of UI UX design, where the your website essentially it's responsive to to your mobile phone size, to your mobile phone screen. So if you have a 5-inch screen, even then it will show nicely. If you have a 7-inch screen, even then your website will be displaying nicely. So intuitive navigation, where navigation is simpler, it's easy for the users to understand where to click, where to go. So designing for mobile and scaling for desktop. Designing initially for mobile ensures that the mobile critical features are prioritized. Once the mobile experience is perfected, businesses can then scale their design for large screens, ensuring consistency and usability across all devices. So if somebody designs for mobile and ensure that most critical features are prioritized, you design for the mobile first. People come into your since mobile users are more than desktop users, so they see that your website, your brand, your business is good, and then after that you target the mobile users first. Even desktop users also will be getting it, and from your mobile users then you focus on your desktop version of it. For certain websites also we can do it the opposite way also, but then this is like in case if we have resource constraints and then we have to start off somewhere. So this is design approach. Differences between mobile websites and apps. Mobile websites are accessible through browsers. This is a browser. Google Chrome is a browser and can be viewed on any device. So if a website has a link, so this link will go on mobile and as well as on computer. Well, mobile apps require installation and are optimized for specific platforms. So mobile apps There's Android different versions. So it will be for mobile apps are optimized for different versions of Android. So Android, an app which is optimized for Android 6, 7, 8, and that will be different from a mobile app of the same brand, which is optimized for 12 and above, updated Androids. So mobile app, it's basically it has two three optimizations depending on which version of app of which version essentially your target audience has. So if it's in an app which is basic for everybody, say like a clothing brand, which targets on for which targets only the elite and then the rich people, say the branded clothing brands like Nike, Adidas, and all those. Maybe for them, they can omit the old Android versions and then just focus on the latest Android versions. For those who are uh, for brands which all Android users might use, so they may keep like two three versions for different Android. Like you all are aware that Android has different versions. I think we keep on regularly keep on upgrading our Android. So this is, I'm just like a bit biased that you would know. So Android has versions. So and they were known as like they have different like alpha, beta, cupcake, donut. We have marshmallow and all those. Two gingerbread. All of those are like old Android. Now we have Android version 14 maybe. No, older. Android 13 is the latest, and Android 16 beta. Okay, Android 15, Android 14, Android 13, 12. So all of our different versions. Older versions they have for they have older version of Android. Older phones, I mean. So websites versus app. That's the difference between the websites and app. Websites is it can be accessed on the desktop and on the on mobile phone, as well as it can be accessed in Apple, and it can be accessed in Windows, irrespective of your operating system or your specification. You just need a browser to access a website. For an app, it is optimized for Android. App will be different for Apple, and with Android for Apple and app will be different for different versions. The app will be optimized, and then a company can only keep up to a certain Android version. Apps often provide better performance and functionalities like push notifications and offline use, making them preferable for repeat engagement. So since the websites are browser dependent, and browser has security features and other things like that. So for push notifications and offline use, when browsers will not run when you're offline, but an app will, because app will install all of the necessary files, and so people can use your app even when it's not connected to internet. There's responsive versus adaptive design. So I will show you an example of this shortly. So there's responsive design allows web pages to automatically adjust to the screen size, ensuring a consistent experience across devices. Adaptive design, on the other hand, uses multiple fixed layouts and serves the appropriate one based on the device's screen size, providing a tailored experience but requiring more resources to maintain, because in one file itself they will have information for different screen sizes. So when we are talking about responsive design, see, like this is responsive design. I minimized it, see the size of my text, I minimize it, and then the size of the text, it became small. I keep on increasing the screen size, then that screen size also keeps on changing. So this is responsive design. It's responding to the size of the screen. So if you're seeing it on mobile phone also, then mobile phone also it'll change. We have a certain inspect in here, then we can go to this responsive design mode. Then we can, this is on mobile phone responsive. Android, we can go to say iPhone 11 Pro Max. So on iPhone, it'll look like this. So this is a responsive design, example of a responsive design. And adaptive design will be like, it will just have three, four versions of different screen sizes. So whichever fits the size, it will display that version of the layout. So essentially, we're talking about the layout, where and how the text and the content is being laid, the layout design that we do in when we are doing Adobe XD or Adobe so where we are keeping the content, how it's showing, that one is layout. So those are different types of layouts. So that is adaptive design. Okay. In CSS is cascading style sheet that we use for HTML, creating websites. So when a website is created, then okay. So when a website is created, then we can use @media tag. Okay, let's say we go to, there's a good W3 school. W3 is World Wide Web W3 Consortium. So in one of the class, I show that there's making the web work. www, the World Wide Web, there's an organization, the one that we use, this www, there's an organization, it's called the W3C. They have the standards and all of the things, how websites are being displayed. So there's a Web3 school, W3 school. So there's media queries. What is media queries? So in here we're talking about media queries. So media queries is basically a tag, essentially a tag, which using this @media, using which we can create responsive design. So in here we try it ourselves, and then now you see this one, the city, this is the code, HTML code. We won't be going through the HTML code or it'll become a little bit more confusing, but then essentially we are concentrating on this media only. See, so it is saying that max width is 600 pixel. Just imagine like your Illustrator Photoshop thing. So the width is 600 pixels. Media on the screen, if the max width is 600 up to 600 pixels, you keep dot item 1 grid area in 1 2 3 4 5, you span it in 6 pixels thing. So they have specifications in here, item 3, item 2, how it should be displayed. And then it's saying that media, it's essentially saying till 600 pixels you keep it in these sizes. If it's more than 600 pixels, then you make it area 1, you change it to 61466, and then if it's more than 768, you change it to this. So this media only is a media query. We call it a media query. That's just the name of it, with which we make responsive design. So see it is changing. See, it came down. See, now the flights also, the flight city also, it went up. You're seeing this? This is responsive design. So that's how we are displaying the same website on desktop and on the mobile devices as well. We are showing the same website on big smart TVs, and then the same website it works well even on mobile versions as well. So that's how we are doing it, using media only, using media queries. So that's benefit of using media queries in CSS. Media queries in CSS are vital for implementing responsive design. They enable developers to apply different styles based on device characteristics such as screen width and orientation. Also, that's also true for if we want to rotate our screen, improving usability and aesthetic on various devices. This flexibility enhances user experiences by ensuring content display optimally. So there's optimization techniques, core tips for mobile optimization. To optimize mobile performance, focus on ensuring fast load times, ideally under 3 seconds. So this has to do with your server speed and as well as your website development, that the website should not have too many heavy, maybe heavy videos or heavy graphics, heavy GIFs and all. For loading times, we also have, if you have heard about, I forgot the name, it was called web animation. Have you heard about Lotte animation? Have you heard about Lotte files? Have you heard about Lotte files, anybody? Okay, if you have not, or if even if you have, okay, so Lotte files are codes basically, and these are animations. Lotte files for After Effects, for Figma, and we can save Lotte files from Illustrator as well. I have Illustrator open. I was doing a variation. That's a AI generation thing that I was trying for a biker group logo. That's another thing. So we have generate vectors. Even in here also we could save it, but then I think Lotte. No. Anyways, let's go directly to this. That one will be. So this screen that is happening. So see, we cannot right click and we cannot save it. If we inspect, then that's the Lotte element. So everything that you're seeing in here, everything is happening in code. Images takes time to say a code will basically for maybe 100 lines of code, it's just 1 KB or 2 KB. Good graphics image is 4 KB, 5 KB, 10 KB. But images, a vector image is like we can stretch it to any size, it doesn't get pixelated. A bitmap image, when we're talking about JPG, that one, if it's 6600 by 600 pixel, we try to open that website in smart device like a smart TV. A TV usually is like 4K, 8K, and that big resolution and all. So but it's like 52-inch, 64-inch. Those big TVs, when we play 600 by 600 pixel image, then that one, of course, will get pixelated. So for that, there's Lotte files. So in Lotte, say this one Lotte file. So this essentially, there's a fish that's playing. This is a saving that. So see, it's an animation, and this animation will be happening. We can connect it topography. Okay, this also, it's been some time I have not used it, and then the interface have like changed a bit. Edit, we can create new file, edit, undo, redo, paste. Oops. Okay, so essentially we can save it and everything will be happening in code. So we won't be downloading it as an image, but then we would be outliner, main scene, we'll be saving it as codes. Insert Lotte. Okay, never mind. So that's what it is. Like the animation is happening within codes, and since it's happening in codes, that's why it is scalable. That's what essentially it happens with Illustrator. If you say like this image, also we can export as, then we have SVG. So SVG is essentially will be using it as codes. So as SVG images, scalable vector graphics. So vector graphics, everything is happening in code itself. That's why we can scale it and it doesn't get pixelated. So websites nowadays are incorporating more and more web animations. You know, like if you see, then if you keep on updating, like on web development, you would get to know about that as well. So to optimize for mobile performance, we should utilize large readable text. 16 pixels is not very true. So maybe like we make it 12 pixels or larger. For okay, let's keep it like, yes, for some fonts 16 may be a bit too big. For certain fonts 16 may be like appropriate. So essentially we have to keep it large and readable, so that it's easier to read. We don't have to focus on it too much. And incorporating touch-friendly buttons. We should minimize pop-ups, employ vertical scrolling, and leveraging caching and compression techniques to enhance user interaction. So compression techniques is Lotte file is one type of compression techniques. We have web animations. There's also CSS3 animation. So CSS animations in CSS browser library, CSS animation. So see, this is a code. Okay, let's say try it yourself. Okay. So this change that is happening, it's happening with this code. Background color red, from red to yellow. Say we made it from red to orange. Run. Orange, we make it black. Run. Black. So that's how we are doing animations. And then since this is happening in code, so this one, if we're making it responsive design, then we can make it 1000 by 1000, or we can make it any size we want. So and then it won't get pixelated. so it won't get pixelated. It's still sharp and crisp. Okay, there are complicated that as well. How many times that's run? Uh, just add water CSS. So those are bounds. Yeah. So let's not go too much into that. Coming back again. So that's how we optimize our mobile content, mobile websites, mobile apps. So mobile SEO essentials. So mobile SEO again is search engine optimization, involves optimizing content for mobile search engines. Search engine essentially is search engine, but then there are some specific for mobile phones. So key practices include utilizing Google's mobile-friendly test, enhancing core web vitals for better loading performance, avoiding flash content, leveraging structured data, and monitoring usability via Google Search Console. So this essentially, when we are doing it, it will be in hand, in line. When you would be doing it, it will be with the development team. So we are just going through tools for optimizing mobile performance. So Google Lighthouse for performance audits, Figma and Adobe XD for mobile UI design, browser stack. You can go through it and just then know it, but then that's not exactly what we are doing in marketing. But then it's always good to know the related topics. These tools help streamline the development process and improve mobile experiences. So this is basically all part of optimization techniques where we are optimizing a mobile app. So that falls mostly under development, web and app development. So design considerations for Uganda's connectivity. When designing for Uganda, it is important to account for prevailing 3G and 4G network speeds, ensuring that applications and websites are lightweight and optimized for lower bandwidth scenarios to improve accessibility for the majority of users. And hence, we are talking about low-tay animations and all those, keeping our website low in size so that it's faster to load. Integration for local insights, we should integrate for local payment systems such as Airtel and MTN mobile money. So integrating local payment solutions is crucial for enhancing the user experience in Uganda. It allows businesses to cater to local preferences and encourage transactions, especially in a mobile first economy. Adaptations for apps for rural accessibility to enhance app adoption in rural areas. It's essential to develop lightweight applications that function effectively on limited data infrastructure. Offline capabilities and minimal data uses are key factors in ensuring that these apps resonate with rural users. So apps with offline capabilities and minimal data uses, lightweight application. Just like within our class as well, we have faced the network internet connectivity, the speed issue quite a lot. So that's why when a web or app is developed, then it should be lightweight so that it's faster to load. So in conclusion, optimizing for mobile users in Uganda requires a comprehensive understanding of local internet access patterns, the importance of mobile first strategies, and thoughtful design and optimization approaches. Leveraging local insights can optimize user engagement and drive businesses' success in a rapidly growing market. So, do you have any questions?